Now that's what I call a banger.
Smurfs.
Let me take you back to the ancient year of 2025, because on February 5th of that year, on that day, the day you were shut out and left to die, Paramount Pictures decided to drop this video. A video in which this tiny blue TV informs us that the following day, we would receive a trailer. The bravest men in the Marine Corps were not even prepared for the horrors that were about to unfold. On that following day, at 9:07 a.m. in the morning, we got our first look at Smurfs. This trailer really did have it all. Like James Corden. How in the living hell is James Corden here? I thought we banished him back to the fish and chip land.
Put him back in the timeout chair.
And of course, we got to hear Rihanna's iconic portrayal of Smurfette.
Come on, we gotta rescue Papa.
Hey, Rihanna is Smurfette. Did you guys know that? Rihanna is Smurfette.
Look, what am I looking at?
Hey, everyone.
If this movie is known for anything, it's the fact that they poured every dollar they had into making sure that everybody knows Rihanna is Smurfette. They even put it in the damn thumbnail of the first trailer like it was the redesigned Sonic. Like, guys, look at, please click on this. That shit ain't even blue. Besides that, the trailer was just not that good. It had stilted animation that was copy and pasted across like 100 Smurfs. Look at this shot. This is barbarian. It poorly implemented Rihanna's "Please Don't Stop the Music" and it had the promise of new Rihanna music, but didn't actually show any of it. It's like the Overwatch 2 PvE mode. And most importantly of all, influencer Smurf.
Smash that subscribe button.
He said, "Smash that subscribe button," and then the mouse clicks on the YouTube logo. Were these people born in the 1940s? Yeah, if you were there, this was kind of like a phenomenon for like a week. They gave influencer Smurf every cliche YouTube drama imaginable on Twitter, and it was the best thing that came from this movie, I'll say that at least. There were Google Docs made about influencer Smurf. What the fuck did he do? Also adding in this part later, in the international trailer, for some reason, influencer Smurf was like a girl now.
Influencer.
Yo, what up, world? Coming to you live from Smurf Village.
Also, the trailer said it was being directed by Chris Miller. No, my friends. Not that Chris Miller. Not the one that directed Spider-Verse and Lego Movie. No. Chris Miller, as in the guy that directed Puss in Boots 1 and voiced Kowalski. We are all going to die. And on top of that, the best part of the trailer was the fact that they revealed the release date to be July 18th, which is an absolutely swell time to release this low-budget animated Smurf movie with Rihanna. You know, like, right in between Jurassic World Rebirth, Superman, and Fantastic Four. We know how this is gonna end, with Paramount sitting on a pile of debt wondering how you failed so badly. Because of this awesome release date, the clinically insane Snyder fans were genuinely trying to hype up the Smurfs so it could beat Superman at the box office. I don't care if Smurfs wins, I just need Superman to win. I like the world we live in sometimes.
Do you bleed?
However, before we continue with this film's absolutely wacky marketing, I want to take a minute to talk about today's sponsor, Raycon, who have been nice enough to send me their bone conduction headphones. And I gotta say, this is some of the coolest stuff I've ever put on my face. What these do is they deliver off-ear audio, using vibrations to send sounds straight through your bones. This stuff's straight out of $20.99 or something, and it makes it perfect for people who have to stay diligent of their surroundings while jamming out to the My Little Pony movie OST. And plus, your pair will have 13 hours of battery life, plus IP68 waterproof and dustproofing, at just half the cost of the other audio brands. And plus, these things are made out of a very flexible material and they're not gonna break if you bend and twist them, making them very versatile and useful for pretty much any situation. I mean, I use Raycon in like basically every car ride ever, and you guys should too. So what are you waiting for? Click the link in the description box or go to buyraycon.com/BulbaBC to get 20% off site-wide. That's buyraycon.com/BulbaBC and get 20% off site-wide. Also, right now, they have a limited edition Jolly Rancher Gummies Watermelon, a pair of headphones. That is awesome. Thanks so much again to Raycon for sponsoring, and let's get back to the Smurfing. And then we head over to February 13th, where they have revealed this breathtaking video on YouTube, where it's No One, My Love Life. Jesus Christ. We are like a week into this fucking thing. So on the next day, February 14th, which, by the way, it was the original release date for this film before it was pushed back, They had to delay it so the crash and burn would be even funnier. But more importantly, on this day, the Smurf Twitter account released this tweet, which teased the full release of the song Higher Love, which, god damn it, we'll get to later. But most importantly, we got to see that Influencer Smurf had been taken out back. Since any professional Smurf head would know that right here, that's Vanity Smurf. So yeah, it's standard internet fare. Everything gets set ablaze because they got rid of Influencer Smurf. Then why did you ask for it? My theory is that the feds found the one illegal file on Influencer Smurf's hard drives. But cut to a week later on February 21st, where Higher Love makes its debut. The song itself, it's okay. It's decent in parts. I mean, most of it's just a cover of Heaven's a Place on Earth, sort of. But they, like, have new parts where they're singing in, like, another language or something. It's kind of neat. It's fine. It's obviously no Dancing in the Dark or Towards the Sun. I mean, those two were absolute fucking bangers. But the music video is really, really good. You get a bunch of people I don't know, also DJ Khaled, and they're all dancing around Smurf Village, and they made friends with all the iconic Smurf characters. The only thing this is missing is a shot of them both in, like, a pickup truck. And then there's a bunch of people who are in these, like, white suits, outfit things, and they're all dancing around. This is just swell, isn't it? Also, this shot's really funny. This is good.
Brown is everywhere.
Okay, Crash, now let me tell you what's really fucking me up right now. So, when this music video came out, we all just kind of assumed, like, yeah, that's Rihanna singing, right? Yeah, she's all over the movie, and this is, like, the big music video. This is the main theme of the whole thing. I mean, yeah, there were news articles by, like, the Rolling Stone talking about how Rihanna was covering Heaven's a Place on Earth. But here's the thing. They're just, like, lying. There is no actual credit of Rihanna in the song whatsoever. She doesn't show up in the music video at all, and the parts everyone thought were Rihanna are now being sung by the lady with the balloons. Like, Rihanna it did not sing this song at all. And the several news outlets reporting that she did are just factually incorrect. I think it's crazy how everyone just kind of gaslit themselves into thinking it was her, and it's not. I mean, I was going batshit insane over this for like a week because nobody else cared about this but me. I mean, like, you look at the first trailer, it says new music by Rihanna. They released a new song that's like promoted as like the main theme of the whole thing. You assume it's gonna be by fucking Rihanna. This is a funny image. Oh yeah, Cardi B was also in the song, and I scrolled through her social medias to try to find, like, any appearance of her, like, caring about Smurfs, and she just did not show up for anything. Like, I have not found one single instance of her showing up in person to any sort of promotional thing for this movie whatsoever, and by golly, I've been looking. She genuinely just sang one, like, verse of the song and then dipped. All she did was post one video on her socials about Smurfs, and it's really funny. Look at all these awesome TikToks, and boom, Rihanna is Smurf.
You're the most disgusting, out-of-shape piece of shit I've ever met in my life.
It's just like some corporate-made, like, lyric video Smurfs thing. She did not care about Papa Smurf whatsoever. She is disgusting. Okay, I cannot tell. Is this one lady in the white suit, is that Cardi B? Because, like, she doesn't sing at all in the video, and I cannot tell. I don't know. And after that, though, we're gonna jump a little bit to April 16th, where they played Higher Love in Times Square. Dear God, this is the third best thing to be plastered all over Times Square. First was this, second was this.
The hierarchy of power in the DC universe. In my new movie, Black.
However, then we jump to May 14th, and there wasn't really much going on in the Smurf world in April and March. I'm sorry. It had to be this way. But on this day, the second trailer dropped, and somehow the animation was even worse. Look at Smurfette here. What is this trying to convey to me? Also, the lip syncing on this one was absolutely terrible.
Hit it, Papa. Hit it, Papa. Hit it, Papa.
Jesus.
What the Smurf?
Yeah, fuck it. Let's go through the entire trailer and count all the scenes that are actually in the movie and unedited versus the ones that they dubbed in other dialogue for literally no reason. Alright, here's the results. Perfectly split down the middle. Counting up all the lines, you can, like, actually see their mouths be moving. 13 of them are actually unedited, with 13 of them being altered in, like, the fakest lip syncing I've ever seen.
That's what I call a banger.
Shut the fuck up. Though we did get to see the same exact dance scene from the first one that had Please Don't Stop the Music, but now it's an all-new Rihanna song called Friend of Mine. But oh, golly gosh, we'll get to that later. Don't you worry your little red clown nose.
SpongeBob SquarePants movie. That's right.
Besides that, though, we did get a whole bunch of new posters for the film. First, there's this one, which is, like, very obviously a blatant ripoff of the Inside Out 2 poster, which in itself was a ripoff of the Emoji Movie poster that scum! That was a ripoff of the Toy Story 3 poster. Then there's this one, which is a laughably terrible Photoshop that is so obviously trying to copy the Mario movie poster. Like, this is sad. Like, come the fuck on. Are we being for real right now? 3 posters came out this day. 2 of them were lazy ripoffs, and this one was original, but it's ass. It's a poorly rendered Vespa with them all riding it, and you got Gargamel and Reggie Mill. I like how in this one, in the Mario movie one, they want you to think Gargamel's the one in charge in this movie. Spoiler alert, Gargamel does nothing the whole goddamn movie. Oh no, I spoiled the Smurfs movie. Oh god. Oh yeah, more spoilers. Fuck it, I don't care. Like, there's a gag later where one of the snooter poots. We'll get to the snooter poot. like one of them steals Brainy Smurf's glasses, and it's like this whole bit for like a one scene. But in this poster, they both are wearing the same pair of glasses. Genuinely. How high were the people making these damn things to mess this up? Also, I am like 99.999, like 115% sure they used AI for this. Like, I think the Smurfs and Gargamel and all that and the Vespas, I think those are real, but like, if you look at the brick pattern here, that just like, that does not look normal to me, right? Like, all the bricks are just like smushing into each other. I know my Smurf posters, I'm not crazy.
That's Billboard. He orchestrated
But the next day on May 14th, something big happened. Okay, so I attended Philadelphia Fan Expo 2025 that day. And I want you to imagine my shock when I walked into the main hall and the very first thing I see is this. Help find Papa Smurf. During the adventure at Fan Expo, for a chance to win prizes, find Papa Smurf. Look for the Papa Smurf cutout around the expo floor. I did not, there was not a single Papa Smurf cutout, I swear to God. Take a picture of the cutout, post your photo on Instagram or Facebook with hashtag Smurfs Movie, hashtag Philadelphia Fan Expo, and hashtag giveaway. Make sure you tag at Smurfs Movie and at Fan Expo Philadelphia. Return to your post and show your post to get a Smurfs activity sheet. Happy Smurf hunting. All entries must be 18+. Little Billy wanted to find Papa Smurf, but he didn't have Instagram. You gotta sign up for the MetaQuest 6 or Papa Smurf's gonna be incinerated. Okay, but there was something really funny about all this. I walked by this booth about 3 times during that day. Right at the beginning, where it had the 2 or 3 workers, just like, you know, they're pretty chipper, pretty happy, all things considered. And I come back a few hours later, and they're all just kind of sitting there. Nobody's like interacting with the booth. They're just kind of sitting there. And I come back towards the end of the day, and there is literally one person left, and she is sitting there on her phone because literally nobody was interacting with this booth all day. Like, genuinely, I did not see a single person besides me even look at this damn booth. This was on Saturday too. Like, this was like the prime day of like the whole convention, and there was only one way into the convention hall. Like you literally had to see this damn thing. And during that second trip of the booth, I asked if I could take one of the sheets, and I swear, when I asked that, the guy I asked, his eyes like lit up, like he was like actually just like, oh yes, of course, take one. Like, he was genuinely like surprised that someone was coming up there. You can have them for free. Take them. I don't want them. My business will thrive now.
Anyways, I should be getting back to hell now.
And yes, I still have my Smurf activity sheet. It's crumpled up because I stuck it in a drawer for 3 months, but you know, I tried, I'm sorry. You guys want to know something pretty crazy though? So you see, I took this photo when I was there, right? You know, it's a pretty awesome photo. I put it on Reddit because I knew everyone would get mad at me. And they did, but that's neither here nor there. But the worker at the booth, who was like taking the photo with my phone, he took 2 photos. He took this one, which led to threats, but he also snapped this one while I was like in the process of giving Giancarlo the Has-Been Hotel the poster to hold. And in this photo, you can see the Smurf activity. After all that, go to May 16th, and we got a new poster, which was this one, which got James Corden Smurf dimples. And on May 18th, we got this awesome moment where all the people in the world, they all painted themselves blue in order to have the Guinness World Record for most people dressed as Smurfs in one place. Good job, I guess. I don't know. There's like 3,000 people here. Each and every one of them is an accessory to what's about to happen. Someone in the comments of the Hollywood Handle post pointed out that this is like the scene from Avatar with the big tree with all the holding hands. It's funny. However, then we go to May 19th, and on that day, friend of mine officially releases. I think I truly mean it when I say this is one of the worst songs I have ever heard from a big name artist in my entire goddamn life. It is one verse repeated over and over again. And that's the song. It's not even like, it doesn't even get like the funny pass, like, oh, my friends are dead, push me to the edge. It is the most low-effort ass I have ever had the misfortune of blessing my eardrums with. The tiny snail in your ear getting pissed off about this. He was kicking my ass. Also, this music video dropped. It's Rihanna walking, and then a bunch of reused clips of Smurfs edited together all crazy style. And then Rihanna walks away and then opens the door, the video ends. You get to go home. You get to go home, you big mushroom house.
We can end the fight so we get to go home?
Do you know what the best part is, though? See, if you're not a Rihanna fan, you wouldn't know that Rihanna releasing new music nowadays is like, it's like an event. Her last studio album was in 2016. And since then, she's really only appeared in other people's music, though eventually she came back with 2 solo songs for Black Panther Wakanda Forever.
Wanna see my head come off?
There you go, Sherry. You're gonna have a good old time. Look at this cool thing it can do. That sucks. This bit sucks. I want to go home.
This shot is angelic.
So it's been a long time since the Energon has flowed through the planet of Rihanna. So imagine being the world's hardest Rihanna stan when you have to gas this up. Okay, if you were to get sent back to like the medieval ages and like the depths of the gulag, and you got 3 choices. You can either have your ears removed and to never hear again, listen to Friend of Mine every second for every day until the end of time, or the exact same thing with Green Light Ride Wall 5 remix from Team Sonic Racing. However, then on May 30th, Higher Love was nominated for a Kids' Choice Award. Gee, I wonder why. It was nominated for Favorite Song from a Movie, and wouldn't you know it lost in the end to Defying Gravity from the movie with Cat from Victorious and the green lady who gets mad on Instagram a lot. However, on June 23rd, 2025, Sonic's 34th birthday, Paramount and Viacom released what I believe is hands down some of, if not the worst pieces of movie marketing material I have ever seen in my entire goddamn life. They released a count of 20 posters, which all had characters from the film alongside who was playing them, and these absolutely horrendous taglines, paired with some of the most crusty-ass screenshots I have ever seen with, like, crappy AI upscaling. How did this happen? They had the raw files from the movie. Could they not put this thing into Blender and make a render in 5 seconds? But that's neither here nor there. I think these taglines are so bad, I think we gotta go through them one by one, shall we?
Blonde hair, don't care.
Blue kid on the block.
Papa like it's hot.
Double trouble.
Love that Ken energy. Let's go.
Hoot, there it is.
Don't blue my cover.
Do we even lift, pro?
I think this movie is about me.
What? What have you heard?
Talk nerdy to me.
Short king.
Slow your roll.
He's so cringe.
Don't get left on red.
Hex yeah.
Who knew Polly could be such a sharpshooter?
Jimmy Kimmel is tardigrade. He is a fucking tardigrade. Dude, Tiny Dancer. That's like Black Widow's code name when she's texting Kamala Khan in Marvel's Avengers 2020 game. Oh yeah, by the way, the Smurfs Tasty Cakes had been hidden store shelves by now. I think I should probably mention that. Come on and eat it, you bastards. That's right. Take it. Take it. God damn you. That's right. Eat it, you dickhead. However, then on June 25th, IDW Sonic issue 79 releases and Twitter gets really mad about it. But on the back of that issue, there was a Smurfs ad. This movie has taken over my entire life for the past, like, 4 months. I'm just letting you know that. But then on June 22nd, Paramount went into Belgium, into their capital known as Brussels. Ew, Brussels sprouts is yucky.
Poison!
And they lit up a building blue and played the shitty music, and they put Smurfette on the top of the building. Is that fucking Kevin Feige? Speaking of good old Kev Boy, though, on June 28th, they went and put this little Smurf-sized billboard in the city of Los Angeles, which is like such a blatant ripoff of what they did for Ant-Man when that movie came out. This movie cannot have one original thought that isn't fucking hex yeah, but like that would be substantially bigger because, you know, the Ant-Man one, it works because that's like the size smaller than like a single Fruit Loop. I don't fucking know. But if a Smurf stood next to this thing, it would just be like the same size. Then that's not a billboard, you smurfing Smurfs. I'll smurf you up and have it delivered to your house.
Hey, stick a Smurf in it.
This character's name is Moxie Smurf.
You're a fucking disgrace.
Also, this day was the day they were caught using Lost Village poses to recreate them with new models. Though on June 30th, something kind of funny happened. So they released this new clip, and it was just kind of like this gag where, you know, all the Smurfs are just being listed off and their different attributes. It's like, it's kind of funny, but it's like the easiest joke you can make with the Smurfs. Like, oh, just make them all super specific Smurfs. But people, I think, were like so starved of anything good to come out of this movie's marketing. They were hyping this up. I'm not gonna name names, but obviously, like, if you like this movie, more power to you, but like, people were genuinely saying that this movie could be a, quote, Transformers 1 situation. Like, you have the really bad marketing, but the movie actually turns out to be really good. Okay, I'm sorry, but like, what did you see in this? Transformers 1 had some baller-ass action shots and some cool-ass ideas being showcased in the trailers. Like, okay, yeah, the first couple trailers were like,
Badassatron.
And that's coming from the guy who liked Badassatron, goddammit. But at least I can admit that it's cringe as hell.
Is that Transformers?
As fuck, get Bumblebee on that bitch.
July 1st, they posted this awesome video. Why is Gargamel bigger than all of them? Then on July 9th, we got this video.
I'm so hungry, I could eat a Smurf.
Knuckles.
Smurfs fucking suck.
Then on July 12th, we got to see the Smurfs Block Party event, just like Minecraft movie. And it seemingly was sponsored by YouTube Shorts. This is the worst thing that has ever happened to this platform ever. But the most important thing here was that they had this, like, drink bar or whatever, and they had a Lost Village render of Smurfette. Ruby Gilman hates the 4 worst animated movies. Ruby Gilman, I hate Food Fight, The Emoji Movie, Megamind vs. the Doom Syndicate, and Ice Age Adventures of Buck Wild. Then on July 13th, we got an awesome quote by John Goodman in an interview about how he prepared for his iconic role as Papa Smurf. I sat in a closet, painted myself blue, took off all my clothes, and just ripened. Ruby Gilman hates bubble guppies. Ruby Gilman, I hate bubble guppies. However, by July 16th, the film was finally gearing up for an international release. And that means it got a Rotten Tomatoes score, debuting at a highly respectable 22%. I mean, obviously critic scores on Rotten Tomatoes mean nothing, but like, come on. Come on, man.
I knew this day was coming for a long time, Donkey. I just didn't know it would be now.
Also, someone pointed out that Smurfette's doing the SA2 pose. I don't even know. This stupid child painted her fucking shoes wrong.
Surrounded by enormous piles of money.
But now we're finally here. July 18th, 2025. The official US release day of Smurfs. So let's just have a little recap here before we get into this. We had a hilariously fumbled and downright sad marketing campaign which hinges on one celebrity voice-acted character, the other main character being quite possibly the most hated late-night talk show host of all time, all the posters being either crappy ripoffs or he's so cringe, some of the worst music I have ever heard in my entire life, the saddest booth at any convention I've seen in my entire life, people who were genuinely believing that this could have the same level of quality as Transformers 1, and just the saddest marketing campaign I have ever seen for a film, period. However, I think now the only thing left for us to do is finally go and watch the damn movie.
Can we just do this instead, please? Fuck it, I'll take this even. One for Smurfs, please. Welcome to hell. SpongeBob! Dude, they killing SpongeBob. Patrick, what the hell? There are kids here. What the hell? What is this? Countdown to destruction.
We're going to play a Smurf's favorite game, Freeze Dance. While the music is playing, you dance.
I would rather rot in hell.
Dance!
Please, I got kids. We are all going to die. There are starving kids right now. I want you to know that. Dude, get that Kenergy. That Kenergy, man.
You did it! Thanks for playing. Back and enjoy the show.
You guys aren't gonna hear from me for a while after this. No.
Everybody know.
I think every war in the world just got 10 times worse. They're indoctrinating the youth again. What do I do with my life now? It was all just kind of building to that for like good few months. Guys, I have the opportunity to do the best goddamn thing right now.
So with all that being said, I think we're finally ready. Here's my look at Smurfs. I know Schaeferless already did a video on it. Don't compare me to Stark! So our film begins with the Paramount stars. And oh yeah, they had an unreleased SpongeBob short that was like put in front of the movie in theaters. Yeah, it leaked like months before this. That's funny. But we cut to outer space where we hear the mythical voice of John Goodman rambling about the 4 magical grimoire books like Stolus. And we learn that there are 4 evil wizards who are trying to steal all the books for unlimited Roblox tycoon money. But then we see that one of the books escaped, and Jesus Christ, the animation. We have not seen a single goddamn frame of a Smurf yet. We have never been more cooked right now. Also, her name is Jaunty Grimoire. Yeah, but then we see that there are 3 magical Smurf men who are able to protect the book from evil wizards, and that they hid her away in a secret location as she tells the audience it's actually Smurf Village. As she opens her pages and dear God, no, I don't want to go back. I changed my mind. No, I want to live! And now we see that Papa Smurf's hitting that DJ turntable as everything goes bloop, boop. Yeah, that starts playing. I didn't mention that song, but it was in the marketing. It's ass. It's just ass.
There it is. It's closed.
We have to find a way in.
And then all of our Smurf boys start dancing around town as we get to see none other than Rihanna Is. And I'm just going to say, this might be the worst animated scene of the entire movie, and it's the first goddamn one. Like, the dance cinematography is like, it's like experimental and over the top, but it's like, I get the vision, but like, I don't think the choreographer in this movie really accounted for the fact these guys are the proportions of a fucking Funko Pop. And just a side note here, the dance choreographer is just Chris Miller's wife.
And then he's rubbing his stomach because it's so delicious.
Second worst example of nepotism in the entirety of Hollywood.
This is what I'm gonna do to your nutsack.
Add that with copy-pasted animation over and over again. Like, look at this. Why is every Smurf doing the exact... They're just the same model. Copy-pasted with the same animation at the same angle. It also doesn't help that, like, almost all the Smurfs in this scene have, like, the exact same facial expression. Look at this shot of Smurfette. What in the Christ? This is the first scene in the movie, dear God. However, after some awesome dance sequences, we're introduced to No Name Smurf, who questions Papa about his role in all this and how he doesn't have his thing yet. And then we get our awesome Transformers 1 scene, blah, blah, blah.
Some Smurfs just take a little more time to find their thing.
I think it's time for you to lose some weight, fatty. That's what it is.
Even he's got a thing. And he's only been here since Tuesday.
Are Smurfs born? I don't want to know. And then Papa Smurf says to list-making Smurf that they gotta get their list in order on how to get No Name Smurf a thing. And we see that there are 2 left, shark making and clog taming. I said them wrong.
Watch out! The giant shark guards the key.
So our little friend gets shoved into a lifestyle of clog making, but after he fails and appears to make the Max Mofo big nut, everyone's disappointed and leaves because James Corden with an audience doesn't pair well. So then Smurfette's like, come on, No Name, let's go pick up some Smurf berries. And as the 2 walk, we get some established Smurf lore about how Smurfette was made by Gargamel out of clay and turned evil, and it resulted in one of the greatest gifts ever made. And Smurfette's like, don't worry, No Name, you'll find your thing eventually. And then we get this weird, like, thought bubble gag with, like, I love you infinity times 1 plus infinity 1983 in the keypad of such location. And then we cut to No Name walking around around having a gay old time as he reminisces on his crappy life as we initiate James Corden singing mode.
Activate instant kill!
And, like, he cannot sing for shit, I'm sorry. Like, okay, it's not as bad as I thought it would be when I learned that there was gonna be a James Corden song in this monstrosity, but, like, he ain't Rihanna. I mean, to be fair, James Corden's song, or, oh, I think the world hears these.
Here it is right here. The Rancor, ladies and gentlemen, is racist.
And he's crying his ass off, and he's walking around, and he gets caught by Chauncey Grimoire, and afterwards he just starts spewing out magic beam powers. And he looks at himself, and he's all confused, and he realizes, holy crap, I made a ball. A ball? But he starts running on home, and he destroys Marshmallow is Turtle's private property as he meets up with Smurfette and gets murdered. And the two run on over to Smurf Village to inform Papa of the news, and it's like, I know you said Smurfs can't do magic, but look at this special little guy. And then, are you joking me right now? You're telling me that she says, we gotta rescue Papa, and Papa was right there the entire goddamn time in the shot they used in the trailer. And now I'm looking at you, you can see that they just, like, clearly zoomed into it because it's slightly more pixelated in the trailer. Jesus Christ almighty, we are 12 minutes in, I can't do it, I cannot fucking do this. Play that one video, Rihanna on the side of the Burj Khalifa.
I am so honored to be projected on the Burj Khalifa.
And as No Name's doing his awesome magic, he opens up a rift through space and time and all that.
That's what I'm talking about.
But as all this is going down, it alerts some beepy boop machine, the headquarters of our man Joel. So Joel grabs his awesome Minecraft torch and heads on over to Big Boss Room. And we see him standing over there meditating over all of his evilness as Joel uses the evil tape measure of doom in order to wake him from his eternal slumber. And we see it's actually Gargamel, who was informed that Joel found Smurf Village. Good job, you get a lollipop. But Razamel says to not invite Gargamel because he'll screw everything up. So then we get this big giant cloud with no animation at all. It's a frisbee. It's a damn frisbee. It comes on down and snatches Papa, and Papa's all like, I didn't tell you guys everything. You gotta find Ken. You gotta find Ken.
What are you talking about? My boyfriend, asshole. Where is he?
And then pretty rightfully, everybody just kind of starts freaking out and starts looting and rioting. That is until Brainy says that they've got to be rational. Also, Brainy's voiced by Blue Beetle.
Well, now that she's gone, you want to go see Blue Beetle? Of course I want to go see Blue Beetle, guy.
And then Smurfette says to No Name that he's got to use his James Corden power to find where Gargamel is, because only he could have done something so devilishly evil. And then they just teleport Gargamel right to Smurf Village. I'm not sure that's the wisest plan, but he immediately spots iconic worried Smurf and is about ready to make some Smurf stew. That is until the other Smurfs done trap him in the evil Smurf crate, and as the Smurfs threaten them for Smurf Nap and Papa Smurf, Clumsy Smurf smurfs on in, but he's a bad Smurf because he's not a Smurf voiced by Jack McBrayer.
I'm really freaking out, you guys!
And he gives them the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Hell of a Boss vinyl record, supposedly to help them find this mysterious Ken.
Oh, Barbie, those were vintage!
And as they play it, it makes their record player go huge enormous mode, as all the different Smurf characters get smurfed on up. And that results in them all smurfing around the cosmos on poorly rendered Splatoon ink. I genuinely think that the ink here looks worse than the ink in Splatoon. How is this possible?
You're a kid now. You're a squid now. Hot buttered popcorn. That's it.
Go get your mom and get one so you can get in.
Your mom's not gonna be able to find us if we're dead in a Russian elevator.
And eventually they get squirted out into these pipe things, and they fall down the storm drain into the streets of Paris, France. And after one Smurf after another is accounted for, Smurfette recognizes that they're in Paris somehow, even though she's never been there. This is lore, write it down. As they all head down to whatever, I think they're trying to find Ken. Yeah, they can't find Ken. They need their Ken energy back. Dude, that's how Austin Powers gets his mojo.
Special delivery.
But then we cut to Razamel's evil lair where he has an intergalactic Zoom meeting between all the wizards, including our man Sharpshooter, Talk Witchy to Me, and our goat Hexia. If you expect me to learn these characters' names and to refer them as anything but their stupid crappy taglines from the posters, you're a fool. And then we get such an awesome bit where Razamel's talking but he's on mute.
Joel, I'm on a very important Zoom.
Guys, don't you remember when everything was online and it all sucked and Gal Gadot was singing Imagine like a bitch?
Razamel the wizard, you're putting yourself and all the other wizards in grave danger. I need you to unmute your microphone.
And all the other wizards start yelling at him because he still doesn't have his book and they threaten to replace his ass. Until Joel comes on in and he's like, we've captured our man Poo Poo Smurf. Come in here.
Mario, please give me the new Poopish chicken sandwich. Please.
And eventually, Eat That Smurf 445 crawls his fat ass up the stairs. And he's so happy to have finally seen Papa Smurf. And he asks Joel where the book is, and Joel's like, I kind of just grabbed Papa, but maybe it's in his pockets.
Would a book fit into a miniature man's pockets, Joe?
Pumpkins in my pockets, I've got pumpkins in my pocket.
It's good to see you, Papa Smurf.
I cannot say the same.
Was anything they said real? But eventually Joel gets a lock on Smurf Village and he reels them all in, but it's just a stinky little Gargamel. And Razimel's all pissed off because he hates and despises everything about his brother, and Papa claims that they'll never find his Smurfs as they're all stowed away all safely in Smurf Village. But then all the Smurfs are being chased by Puggo's Pizzeria.
Who let you back in the house?
This scene is sending me into spirals again. They want you to think the dogs are like barking, and they're playing barking sounds, but the dogs are very clearly not mad. Their mouths are not moving, and they're just like walking.
Ah! Damn it, Meg!
And then the Smurfs are about to get run over, and the movie's gonna end so I can finally rest. Watch the sunrise on a peaceful universe. But all the Smurfs are scared of being caught in this giant slow garbage truck that's like 20 feet away. But thankfully the awesome black Smurfs show up or something as they Spider-Man away with What the Shell in tow. And we cut back to the sewers. We get to see some awesome Sandra Oh Smurf, and she's like, Mark, you just got back from field trip. He needs to rest, so fuck you, Cecil.
That's not good news. That's not good news at all. I asked you for some good news, Donald.
Yeah, she's part of the International Neighborhood Watch Smurfs Paris Division. So cool. And she says that they gotta take them to Ken in order to save them from the cosmos of Skeletor or whatever the fuck, I don't even know. I need some Nilla wafers. You got one? Nilla wafers? Yummy. But in order to get there, I gotta sneak into this awesome nightclub, like in Shazam.
Not my thing.
We're superheroes.
I'm gay.
I think here I am. To be honest, Please Don't Stop. The music is playing like in the trailer. That gotta be one of my favorite movie genres of all time. Rihanna character is doing something while also listening to Rihanna song. It's a genre that needs such precise execution, it's only been attempted twice. But after our awesome PowerPoint presentation, Vanity does the same dance the influencer Smurf did those many moons ago. His culture is not your costume. But they all jump up on the girders as Moxie grabs Smurfette's hand and she's able to jump into the disco ball of doom.
We'll be ready.
As we hear a mysterious voice coming from the other room, and as it reveals itself, it's Papa Smurf's long-lost brother, voiced by Nick Offerman from the Lego Movie as Metalbeard.
Wiping ye bum with a hook for a hand is really hard.
Also the founder.
I'll have you know I'm a card-carrying Republican.
Also this really good NASCAR commercial I found.
Welcome to the place where we speed all day, where we bump and grind in a non-sexual way.
And he's like, Papa never told you about the magic book? You Smurfs don't know Smurf about Smurf. And they argue, and it's like, stick a Smurf in it. And then I think Ken tries to, like, aura farm. I don't think and Bro's like, I don't work with amateurs. You guys are staying right here. And he's like, yeah, I think he is trying to aura farm. Jesus, I'm sorry, Snyder. I did not know it was this hard.
We have a gun.
But he does say that Smurfs are actually descendants of mighty guardians from many moons ago. And all the Smurfs are wondering why Papa would keep this from them. I think it's because Papa has hard drives. But eventually they're able to convince Ken to let them head out on their little magical adventure. And then Ken's mad because he's like the last person who goes through the magical record thing is supposed to grab the record thing so he can use it. You Smurfs don't know Smurf about Smurf. But Smurfette convinces no-name Corden to try to create a magical portal through space and time. But he messes it up and creates something I'm sure at least one person was getting off to in the theater.
Well, of course.
But he tries again and creates a successful portal into the Razamel lair, and they all hop in one by one as we get animated movie moment.
Well, they're all going to die.
Classic.
But meanwhile, we cut back to Gargamel, who's tapping the glass like Darla. As we learn that Gargamel was actually sent by Razamel to infiltrate the Smurf village, which is like the complete opposite of the normal continuity where Gargamel just hates the Smurfs out of he hates for the passion of it. His motives are different in a bunch of continuities, but I always remember him wanting to eat the Smurfs.
With his big nose and money-hungry attitude, he could be a Jewish stereotype.
But there's no time because we have to get to the Papa Smurf interrogation.
Like your best friend, Ron.
Don't you talk about Ron!
Don't you talk about Ron! Well, there's no time for that because there's been a security breach at Razamel's Mega Pizzaplex. And then after the Smurfs' failed entry, they get redirected off course, as the Smurfs are now falling through the sky and Ken's about to splatter the goddamn pavement. But as they fall onto these giant rocks of doom, Ken lore dumps about how because of magicalness, they're in Australia or something.
Always on the outside. Hey! Shut the fuck up! What are you listening to? We have fucking neighbors.
So thankfully at the moment, Grouchy does lighten the mood with some good advice. Yeah, I hate minorities. But then we get more lore dumping about a mysterious race that takes refuge around these parts, known as the Snooter Poots. And we learn that they really, really like cake.
Hi, I'm Greedy. You wanna share a cupcake?
So he hands a slice over to James Corden to give it to them as a peace offering, resulting in Garfield grabbing around for food once more. And then they all go down the Donkey Kong Bonanza, landing on top of the Snooter Poots and initiating that one bit with the glasses that I was complaining about earlier. And they go down the magic slide and arrive at the headquarters of one Mama Poot. Also, these two have been banging.
We'll always have Paris.
Ooh la la.
I want you to picture that in your head now. And blah, 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 Smurf and Poot reconcile their past differences. And then Ken gets assaulted by the Snooter Poots and has to be amputated. But then Putin says that she'll take payment in form of Ken's iconic wristwatch that he got out of the Fruit Loops box. So he reluctantly hands it over as the Snooter Poots begin their magic mating ritual. That is until they learn that their destination is Rosamel's castle. And Mama Poot's like, no, you never saw me. Go, get out of here. Get out of here, you stupid dumb animal. Where is Smurf? And she vehemently refuses their Uber ride submission. And they're just like, wait, well, we got a magic Smurf. Maybe he could beat those wizard booties. And Poot Lady reminds James Corden of just how evil the wizards are. He's a sharpshooter. The poster would not lie, would it? And then we get cliche character looking all high and mighty and then runs away. Ha 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 ha. Transformers 1 did it way better. Guys, this might be a Transformers 1 situation. So Rihanna goes running after him and will not let him leave without helping Papa. And he's all bitching and moaning about how he's not able to do anything because he's too big. And Smurfette decides to give him a little bit of a pep talk. And she starts, what is this? Wait, no, what? No. It can't be. It can't be. You are about to tell me they had another fully solo Rihanna song made specifically for the movie. A song that is actually listenable and is miles better than and they just did not promote it once for the entirety of the film's abysmal marketing strategy. Like, I genuinely like this song. It's pretty good. How, in Christ's name, did they allow this to happen? Did they really think that they could just, like, shadow drop the song in the movie? And the one the world gets is the one with fucking the one verse and Rihanna walking into a Smurf mushroom. I am in actual disbelief. Like what? It is currently August 19th right now, and they have yet to release this song digitally. The only way right now you can listen to this song is through the actual movie itself. Like, Rihanna is Smurfette my ass!
You know, Beavis, I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed. Jesus!
Why does this baby kangaroo look like Beverly Hills Chihuahua? I get a no away for after that. But then our heroes see a magical portal in the distance, and as they sprint on over, they see that Snooter Poot village has been taken over by the reigns of Rosamel. Like, okay, fuck these two. They were off singing about James Corden the whole time, and the other guys got kidnapped. And we're supposed to entrust these guys with saving Papa Smurf? But now I guess Mama Poot's on the side of kicking Rosamel's big gray ass. So she starts up her awesome car she uses all the time to drive around town. And yeah, they just kind of drive really fast in a straight line across the whole desert and stuff, and like...
20 minutes ago, an energy surge.
It's raining Smurfs! Hallelujah!
Did you hear that? Okay, go back.
Smurfs! Hallelujah!
Did it not just sound like fucking Zach Hadel for 5 nanoseconds right there?
Smurfs!
And blah blah blah. Rosamel screaming about the book. I swear that's like 60% of his screen time is just him rambling about the damn book.
Okay, so they made the Essential Handbook when Unova came out. You know, that's the hood classic. Then you got the Deluxe Essential Handbook. That's also a hood classic. Then for Alola, you got the Super Deluxe Essential Handbook. Then for Galar, Super Extra Deluxe Essential Handbook. And for Paldea, we got the Super Duper Extra Deluxe Essential Handbook. This is awesome.
And then Rosamel just like asked Joel to like just off Azrael, like just straight up reverse the cat's life. Jesus Christ. And then we get more Smurf threatening and all that. And eventually Gargamel I don't care. He tells He's So Cringe guy to go and put out the machine. And then Papa and Ken start bickering about how they both abandoned everything in the book and all that. Eventually name-dropping a man who goes by Ron. And then we cut to Ron's awesome backstory. Wait, okay, never mind, I forgot. I thought that was next, I'm sorry. Snooter Poot Car Lady and James Corden arrive, I think I swallowed my gum. And they look out into the horizon to see Duloc or something. Think he's compensating for something.
Hey, let's get some ideas going. You know, blue sky time.
Don't you say their name. But the boys hatch a plan to infiltrate via Grubhub. Rihanna's gonna do the delivery dance as a distraction. But she does give some info about how they're gonna sneak in while she eats a bunch of french fries. Again, this is lore. Write this down. The open note test is on Friday. And then cut back to Gargamel, who's looking at a bunch of old family trinkets. And he gets spooked by Rosamel, who points out he's holding Dada's urn.
I sprinkle him into Joel's protein shakes.
And then Joel tries and fails to eliminate the feline from the equation, while the other two are rambling, and we get awesome Gargamel being such a nice young man and giving out his feelings to Rosamel. And Rosamel just cares oh so deeply about this. Also, I think Joel's dead. But meanwhile, Uber Eats lady hands off Rosamel's Yum Yum, and the Smurfs get picked up by Butler guy, who brings them into the dining room as Master Hand comes on in to collect the bounty. That does until we see that Smurfette ate all the damn fries like a fat ass. That's James Corden's job. And then Crazy Hand comes in. Oh, Jesus! As the Smurfs escape and Smurfette steals onion wing from Chicken Nugget, that, be real, he is the worst Chicken Nugget character, dude. Here's the tier list. And then we cut to Joel and his gay ass, and they're testing out the machine. Oh my god, dude. And as Rosamel keeps rambling about his book, it never ends with this guy. And now he's hooked up Papa to the machine.
I know what men can do when they're angry.
I don't know why. I thought the entire point of having the other Smurfs here was like a bargaining chip.
Hi, Dad. I'm a bargaining chip.
I think it's very funny that Disney hired both actors of Little Blitz and Little Fizz. It's really good. Well, also, James Corden is here now, and he's ready to get his groove on. That is until he tried using his magic and his hat gets blown off, revealing none other than Shanti Grimoire. And James Corden's like, how long were you there? And she reveals that she's been there the entire time, and she was doing the magic. Hey, Shanti Grimoire, what was that thing that made Harvey go away?
Yeah, actually, that was me too.
And then Shanti's just giving a pep talk to James Corden Smurf, and it's like, I guess everyone's just sitting on their asses right now. Like, it's the book that Rosamel wanted the entire movie. He's just sitting there with his thumb up his ass staring at the James Corden pep talk. And then Rosamel's like, what do we have here? It's none other than our little traitor. And she's like, screw you, I'm gonna do a marketable pose to spite you. And then we get to see this awesome Polaroid photo album of Smurfette's iconic tales from before she was in Smurf Village, pre-gift days. And we see her eating fries. Oh my god, it was all connected.
Fries.
That's a lie.
That's not true. That's a lie.
And then Ken and everybody are arguing, and Rosamel's like, you did exactly what I created you to do. You brought me iconic character Jaunty Grimoire once a month on the full moon. And then he's so cringe, jumps them all into the pot of doom. It took me this long to make the connection that this is just the chum bucket. Either that or the Rexcelsior from Lego Movie 2. Dude, Joel's gonna fist bump and go ba la 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 la. And then we get this awesome funny gag. Ha 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 ha. Humans deplete Earth's resources faster than they get produced. But then evil Rosamel turns Jaunty Grimoire evil.
I am Grimoire.
You are lying if you say you weren't expecting her to say, I am evil. But then Rosamel's about to leave and he's like, you aren't coming with me, Gargamel. You suck.
That's a big fat no.
Yeah, then we get the part with the window, and it's bad because it's not immediately followed by, now that's what I call a bitch.
This is my first job out of college, though. I need a good review on my LinkedIn.
There are currently 800 million people living within poverty. And as everyone's about to get hit by the fiery fisto pain, everything's about to end until Gargamel stops the damn thing. This is stupid. Literally the only time where he shows any animosity towards a Smurf was in the beginning, and he was like, Adrian, what do you think a Smurf sounds like when I kick their ass? You put these two in a room and Hank Azaria's coming out with a new coat. And then he lets him go because yeah. And Joel's fisted again and he calls the other two Butler people in because this movie can only afford like 10 CGI models. And then Gargamel puts a magic spell on Azrael and it turns him into this big thing. It's like, I don't care how obscure my references are at this point. The Hasbro Pulse made to order Marvel Legends Dragon Man. Fuck you. But they break out of the window and head for the hills and in less than 5 seconds, Azrael, the powers just wear off. What was the goal here? And they fly through a big German buffet and a party and the Berlin Wall was funny.
Hold up.
Then we get to see all the Smurfs, a cat and a human, poorly rendered into the real world again, as they all start guilt-tripping each other and Papa admits that it was all his fault.
I kept secrets from you all. And that was wrong.
Dude, that was Ron, Short King. Speaking of Ron, now we get Ron's awesome backstory. They were bitten by a radioactive rock. Dude, the Batman's logo's made with the gun that offed Ron's parents. And he shows up to fight against Rosamel and protect the book, who's like a baby, I think. And Ron dispatches one of the giant Gargamels and saves Mr. Dinkles from being another pet of James Corden, sweet Jesus. And as they're fighting Rosamel, he's gained the upper hand, and he starts a Doctor Strange mirror dimension the whole world.
Baby Jaunty!
Why did he say Baby Jaunty? She's just jaunty at this time. Jesus Christ, the movie. Then Ron jumps in to save fucking Baby Jaunty, sure. And as he hands him off to Papa, Short King gets caught by the hair, oh god. And he gives up his own life in order to save Jaunty or something. Then this happens.
Nope, not in the face!
I want you to know that there was a kid in the front row who was absolutely exploding in laughter when this happened in the theater. If this is what it takes to eliminate TikTok brain rot from the youth, God, that's a tough one. But then after that, Papa and Ken talk to the Smurfs about their roles as guardianeers of good, and he babbles on for another crappy pep talk. Half the script is just pep talks, I swear to God. None of these characters can do their fucking jobs. But Brainy points out that they have literally no idea where they're going. And then Gargamel's like, hey guys, look at this shot. I look like a goddamn test animation. What is this shot? Jesus. Also, is that a Five Guys cup? That's just a Five Guys cup. But he says that he wants to as well destroy everything that Razamel has built, and that the Smurfs and him should form an alliance so they can both kick Razamel out of the lizard wizard squad.
This is Kamala Khan, expert on all things evil sewer lizard.
And Mama Poot starts to drive Cliff Jumper's alt mode as she takes the stars. And as we get my awesome trailer shot of Razamel sitting in the chair because he's short, and then oh my God, guys, cinematic treasure you are witnessing right now.
Let's go to her guys. Check your gaming. Did I ever tell you I was a Mormon?
And Gargamel's mad as he calls them all assholes, and he puts them all in the damn water cooler. And yeah, that's basically everything. They really don't do anything. They don't do any of their magic in like the entire movie. They stand and sit together when they Zoom call with Razamel, and then they get put in a water cooler. That's it. But yeah, now he's collected all the Infinity Bibles, so now he's gonna take over the whole multiverse. That is until the Gardeneers of Good, Glep hates gardening, but then they all charge Razamel and... Don't you talk about him! Razamel kills all the Smurfs and oh, gracious lord!
Razamel stole their Smurfy goodness.
Fucking Smurfy goodness. But Razamel's all pissed off at Gargamel and he puts him in the water cooler now. Ooh. Then all the Smurfs try and fail to rush him and steal Jauncey Grimoire, but just as their Smurfy goodness is about to disappear, Papa sacrifices himself to buy some time, and then Smurfette's like, my work is done. I finally completed my mission, Master Razamel. This fake out lasts a grand total of 24 seconds. And she grabs Jauncey Grimoire and turns her back into her awesome form. And then No Name does the Ant-Man Thanos maneuver. And they all try to go through the Pomni door and Jauncey's like, wait, that's the interdimensional zipper thing from SpongeBob. And they all both jump anyway, and we're going straight into the Spider-Verse. And they first arrive in the Chef Pee-Pee or Cooking Sucks dimension.
Damn it, Junior, why'd you throw up my poop macaroni?
As this movie turns into Razamel body horror, and then they go to the next dimension, which appears to be the fucking Harold in the Purple Crayon universe. But they erase Razamel again and make a break for it. Okay, oh lord. So Smurfette jumps over this little hill, and the counter on the bottom that's on the hill increases by 300, and she jumps over this twig, and then the counter increases there. What does this even mean? This is actually the worst So Retro I have seen in my entire life. Why are there point counters for jumping over the twig? Wait, why is there a point counter for this twig, but not this twig? F you! I saw someone on Twitter point out that this right here is a reference to the, like, Atari Smurf game. Great job, movie. You made a reference to the Atari Smurf game that everyone's talking about these days. Okay, to be fair, the next part is, like, the only part of the movie that made me feel anything. That's a lie. I crashed out over the Rihanna song earlier. I will admit the animation here is, like, halfway decent. I like the designs, even though they gave Smurfette a fucking Power Girl window. If I told you that Vivzy Pop animated this section, would you believe me? What are you gonna do? Wait, you gonna look it up? I know for damn certain you don't care enough to look it up. Oh yeah, but then they go over to the Jimmy Kimmel tardigrade dimension, and the Smurfs steal the book, and he's like, will you stay here with me forever? And then the scene ends, like it's over, they leave. With the amount of money they paid Jimmy Kimmel for this one scene, they probably could've like cured AIDS. But then it appears that our boys have made it back to Smurf Village in one piece, and then Jauncey's like, cha-cha-cha, and that's like her catchphrase. I haven't mentioned it because she's only said it like twice, but like, that is supposed to be like her thing. She says cha-cha-cha a lot.
Cha-cha-cha, it is big, and now he's smart.
How old is this?
But they enter Papa's mushroom house and see him sitting down in the fire with his beautiful, loving wife of 5 years. And they hand Tim Popo the book and he grows really big. Oh, God. And now with the book, Razamel starts sucking all the good out of the universe. What the shit? Get this industry plant-ass turtle out of my movie now.
I've known about the Smurfs ever since I was a kid.
I've known about the Smurfs. I've loved the Smurfs. No, I've known about the Smurfs. Actual from the people who saw Shrek Core. And then they start going back and forth again. and he's like, No Name Smurf is sad, and then he gets shot, and the movie's over. Can I go home, please? Dude, I'm like that one lady in WandaVision who's like, you won't let us leave, Wanda, you have to let us die. And then we get this awesome dream sequence where a bunch of big, scaled-up versions of the characters ask James Corden who he really is. And then we get this movie's like 57th pep talk. Dude, if I get one more pep talk, I'm gonna squish a Smurf. All the Smurfs, all the Papa wears red to cover the bleeding. And then No Name's sitting there on the ground. He starts singing, and he made a damn ball again. He made 2 balls. Like balls are fired in it. Smurf ain't fired. And he's like, we're not done, Rosamel. And Rosamel shoots him with green laser powers like Starfire. And he shoots him back, and now Rosamel's blasting off again. And Rihanna starts singing, la, 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 la. And it revives all the other Smurfs, just like Big Stupid Smart Hulk. And then No Name Smurf just keeps toying with Rosamel and doing all kinds of quirky little things. And he goes over to the water cooler like, bro just drank Hex, yeah. He sends all the wizards off into the stratosphere, and now they are officially dead characters. I will bet money they will never show up in any media ever again. But then he uses his ice flower power and does his gay little pixie dust all over Rosamel's aura. And he makes Sony Pictures logo as a reference to their former home with George Lopez Grouchy Smurf closed.
Beggars.
Have to.
And then Rosamel gets tied on up, and he's like, you messed with the wrong Smurfs. And then they all hold their gay little hands together. They use their fucking Wi-Fi beam of death.
Books! They're not evil anymore!
And when Zeb Wells gets fired and he has to write Paul out of the story. When you get dumped so hard, there's heavenly light behind you. And then No Name's trying to think of a new name for himself. And we get classic animated characters swearing, isn't that quirky, dude? We found the original Sailor Mouth audio. We gotta find the original Smurf audio, dude. But he thinks of a new name, Magic Smurf. That sounds like some bootleg cereal or something. Put up in the crib, sip a Magic Smurf.
This is for Ron.
This is front. Guy, you heard about that guy 10 minutes ago. Shut up. And to be fair, a lot's happened in the last 10 minutes. They went to the fucking So Retro world.
Here, jump up this tiny hill.
And as Rosamel's about to go into the abstraction cellar, he's like, help me, brother. And he's like, hey, what do you think about my sweet little... Dude, Google Docs auto-corrected Azrael to Israel, Jesus.
I'm Sabra, Mossad agent, Israeli powerhouse. And yes, they tried to erase me.
But then Rosamel sent to the gulag for the rest of the time, and then Gargamel just kind of pisses off, like, okay, you're not gonna, like, eat the Smurfs or whatever, fine. I don't know, man. Okay, but the door opens, and they think it's Rosamel, but it's him. He's finally come down from the heavens after he glued Finn the Human's hair to his head. And then Ron's like, what did I miss when I was frozen for the last 100 years? All right, he missed Mario, Justin Roiland getting arrested, and that one Alistair cosplayer.
Time in a linear fashion or as a series of flat circles?
Exactly.
Exactly, you don't even know. Don't act like you know what that means, Rihanna.
Oh my god, shut up, a million times shut up. I'm going to...
And as Magic Smurf boots up a portal, we head on back to Smurf Village, where Higher Love is swinging into full gear as our iconic Smurf characters make one final appearance. And we get what else? A dance party to celebrate the death of Rosamel and his evil asshole. And we get one final shot of copy-pasted Smurfs dancing because of goddamn course we would. Why does Ron's frame rate increase when the camera pans out? And then we get a bunch of shots of Smurfs dancing like I don't know why. There's no credits or anything. This was a creative decision. And No Name does like a Mickey Mouse ass pose, and the credits play as we get Friend of Mine. God. All the credits are just traced over screenshots from the movie. Yeah, that's about right. And then we get to see that Rosamel lives, and he's trapped with Jimmy Kimmel. That's a fate worse than death. Just kill him. But then we get to see Joel sitting down in his little old desk, and we see Gargamel about ready to catch those Smurfs. Hey, Lois, if they make another Smurfs movie, do my brains go on the wall or the ceiling? And there you go. There's Smurfs. Like, wait. What do you want from me? Was there a single thing that didn't just speak for itself? Okay, I consider myself a pretty big connoisseur of generic 2010s animated films, and this movie, it feels like a glitch in the universe. Like, this film does not feel like something that should be released nowadays. It hits all the beats of a movie that would come out like 10, 15 years ago. But somehow in the big 25, we received this absolute train wreck. And I think that's the reason why this thing doesn't function half the time. Instead of being just like some generic-ass cash grab with old-ass characters, this just feels sad. Like, say what you want about Alvin and the Chipmunks Chipwrecked, but at least that one made money. This film grossed about 114 million at the global box office on a budget of about 60 million from what I've heard. However, and okay, I have like no source on this. People just kept saying this, so just like for fun, let's just assume this is true. Supposedly, the break-even point on this film was somewhere in the ballpark of 150 million. Like, how? Like, how did a movie with a marketing campaign this abysmal cost nearly double the damn cost it took to make the thing? Genuinely, if this is true, this is like, all that money had to have just been like paying Rihanna and James Corden to show up at these random press events. I really couldn't find any concrete amount on how much they paid Rihanna specifically for this, but like, I can't imagine it was cheap. I'm willing to bet it was like, at least like half the budget was going to Rihanna. And speaking of, let's talk about the characters. Smurfette is, okay, comparing her to the 2011 and 2013 movies, she's way more heroic and more of like an assertive, independent woman. I'd say she's probably a little more interesting in this than those ones. Congratulations, movie. You beat the live-action Smurfs duology. Does this make you happy?
Does that make you happy?
Did you crawl over my white couch, Shrek?
Yes.
Okay, but like, I'm gonna be honest, I do not think Rihanna cared much about this movie.
Come on, we gotta rescue Papa.
Like, we all know Home, and I feel like it's pretty safe to say that she cared a lot more about the role of Gratuity Tucci in that than Smurfette. Like, I don't know if it was just the voice direction or the fact that, like, that movie was way more serious in terms of plot, I guess. Did I just call Home's plot serious? This movie brings out the fucking worst in people. But like, if you've seen the movie, you can at least agree with me, right? Like, she gave away the more demanding performance in that one, correct? I do think it's funny, though, how Katy Perry was in the first two, and then Demi Lovato in Lost Village. Every Smurf movie is, like, contractually obligated to have the entire backbone of the marketing be singer lady is Smurfette. James Corden was fine, I guess. James Corden already sounds like he's on the verge of tears when he talks normally, so he was the perfect fit for little baby insecure Smurf, I guess. Why did they hire him? I don't understand. I thought he was genuinely just blacklisted from everything. And then they got Jimmy Kimmel, who is like the second most hated like late night talk show. This movie was forming the goddamn Legion of Doom. John Goodman is obviously the best actor here because he's like an actual actor, and you can't make me hate Nick Offerman ever. As for Rosamel, he's fine. I understand them wanting to do a new villain that's not just Gargamel for the fourth time, but like, his character is just nothing. It's just a generic animated movie villain. I don't know what to say here. He's like the perfect middle ground between like King Magnifico and like S-tier villains like Captain Gut. I think the only thing he's got going for him is just his voice actor doing wonders. He was very committed to this role. Who is he? I gotta look this up, hold on. He's Green Gobby and Spidey and his amazing friends this whole fucking time.
Snitches.
Well, like, can we just mention how this preschooler show has, like, literally the greatest theme song of all time? Well, this guy's in Has-Been Hotel. But then we get who's, like, probably my least favorite character in the whole damn thing. My bro Gargamel was done dirty. He is genuinely just not Gargamel. He is Gargamel in name only. Okay, I'm not gonna pretend like I'm some deep Smurf enthusiast. I've only really been heavily into these characters for the past 6 months only because this movie's been driving me mad. Well, like, I know the character of Gargamel, everybody does. He's not this much of a whiny prick the whole time. The twinkification of Gargamel will not go unpunished. Like, the entire movie is just him being sad because his brother doesn't like him. Like, I understand he got sidelined so that Rosamel could be the new big bad of the Smurf cinematic universe. If anything, Rosamel is basically just how Gargamel acts in all the other Smurf media. Just a worse version, I guess. Also, his voice sucks. It's done by the same guy who does Rosamel. That guy was built for Rosamel, I guess. Genuinely, though, I think you could just give Rosamel's voice to Gargamel. I don't think he was Dwight from The Office. I don't think this is not like a hard, concrete thing to do. I've taken the liberty of paying a very famous voice actor $14,000 in order to show us how Gargamel truly should sound.
Blue blazes, I've spotted Smurfs. Hey, Azrael, let's go catch those Smurfs. Oh, by golly, how I hate those rotten Smurfs. Fuck you, Azrael.
Also, there's the animation. It's a monstrosity. Like, they tried their damn hardest to get this thing to look stylized with what they had. Cause, you know, they already made Lost Village, and it was like, you know, it was pretty standard animated movie look. It still looked really pretty, but like, you know, it's just kind of standard movie. But if you mix 2D and 3D, that means Twitter's gonna like your movie. But I think these have some of my least favorite character models I've ever seen in an animated movie. Like, their faces, like, aren't actually part of the model. They're just, like, you know, put on after the 3D animation is done. Like Hot Diggity Demon. Okay, it turns out they actually are, like, sculpted into the model. I was just wrong. but I'm not gonna get rid of it because I really like the Hot Diggity Demon clip. And because of that, and just the general incompetence and cheapness of these models and everything, the faces just do not look good most of the time. Like, you'll be hard-pressed to find many shots and scenes in this movie that actually look like they came from, like, the same style guide. Like, look at Smurfette's face in all these different screenshots. Like, none of these look like they're coming from, like, the same design mentality. Some have big dimples on her face, some of them the mouths are way smaller and bigger at different positions, some she has teeth, some she doesn't. It's so weird, and also it's all mainly from Smurfette. They really just didn't like her. And don't give me the it's stylized approach. That's not the point. The point is that this is not stylization. This is making a movie with a $3 budget and not having any sort of animation directing that was competent. Like, are you really telling me it was an intentional stylistic decision to have their big ugly Smurf nostrils in, like, every shot? That weirded me out the whole damn movie. I don't know, maybe I am overanalyzing the movie again. I swear, I'm not even joking. I've had this tab, like, basically open at all times the past, like, 4 months because I kept finding new crazy things to add this goddamn video. Page 18, giving it for page 18. How exactly are Gargamel and Rosamel and the Butlers and Joel, like, they're all animated, but they're, like, in the real world? Like, it makes sense if they were, like, in the Smurf, like, dimension, but, like, they're stationed in the real world. Maybe you can say that Gargamel and Rosamel were, like, born in the other dimension and they moved over. Okay, but you're telling me Joel, like, Joel came from Smurf world and now is working in human world? It's crazy to me that Trolls was a Smurfs ripoff, and then it had way more cultural relevance in modern day than Smurfs does. So now the Smurfs movie is a ripoff of the Trolls movie. But I think with that, we're finally done with the movie itself. But if you thought we were done, you're going to hell. There's a couple more things we have to discuss. Like, for example, this. They posted official certificates for kids to fill out after they watch the Smurfs movie. This is our generation's Purple Heart. Also, they posted this other video where it's Papa and Smurfette watching the movie. How and why is Papa so big? I also want to mention the awesome popcorn buckets for this movie. Like, you know, you got Papa Smurf here. He's the coolest guy sitting in his little bowl here. This absolutely terrible one that's just a mushroom house, but it's got, like, a black background PNGs of Smurfette and Papa Smurf on it. It was also unboxed on, like, a promotional video with Rihanna, which is funny. And then there's one that's Smurfette and No Name trying to steal your popcorn. Get away, you foul demons. And then they got this drink cup of No Name in a barrel like Donkey Kong. Then there's one of No Name's head, which is awesome. I want to kill it. And my personal favorite, these two cups, which are just giant figures of No Name and Smurfette. By the way, I'm calling him No Name. I'm gonna dead name this motherfucker. This one's funny because he's doing the DreamWorks arms crossed pose, and then Smurfette is doing this gay-ass pose, and she has this crappy facial expression. I'm pretty sure this is based off this one screenshot from the trailer, but this is really good. After that, though, I have to bring up the fact that I found people's ArtStation accounts. People's ArtStation accounts who worked on this movie, and it is insane. Like, there's just a treasure trove of awesome behind the scenes and storyboards and T-posing Ron, you know, the classic stuff. Is that the raw model of Hex yet? Oh. Also, it's funny because it's like the only way to get like actual character renders of like half the cast. Like anytime you saw me use a PNG of Gargamel or Rosmel or whatever, it was like a screenshot from one of these with like remove.bg. Why the hell Slender Man got his dogs out, dude? Wait, this guy worked on Overwatch 2. Oh my god, it's all coming together.
No.
However, the biggest discovery here is that there were beta designs for Smurfette, and I guess early on, they were considering giving her these crazy-ass haircuts. I mean, dear God, these are just, like, so radically different. This is just not even the same design at all at this point. Like, imagine a world where they actually went with this. Everybody would be yelling about the pink hair Smurfette pronouns.
They're all just the same with different costumes.
Dude, this looks like Clone High Season 2 character design. Besides that, though, we did get a Smurf Minecraft DLC expansion. And, like, for the most part, I think it was just kind of released alongside the film. It didn't really have much tied to it, except for the fact that he's back! Oh, yeah. Dude, why is Gargamel like a Cuphead boss? If Spilling the Milk's eventual Smurfs video gets more views than mine, that poverty count's going to 900 million. However, now we get on to something big. The final and most insane thing that happened within the release of this movie. So, on July 21st, this lady was arrested after she went to go see the Smurfs movie with her 2-year-old kid. And the kid kept crying, probably because she was scared. So the mom kept taking her out of the theater to calm down, but she just wouldn't stop crying. So she put the toddler in the car and just left in the middle of summer in Florida. All because she really wanted to watch the Smurfs movie. This film almost had a kill count because the mom really wanted to watch the Smurfs movie really, really badly. This is it. Right here. This is the point of no return for our species. It's over. It's all downhill from here. Hey, shout out to that one guy at my local theater who brought, like, his 2-year-old son to Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. And by, like, the 30-minute mark, the kid was bawling his eyes out, so he had to get taken out into, like, the hallway to calm down. Because he got taken to fucking Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, the movie with—
What a wonderful day for pie.
But that just about wraps it up for our little Smurf adventure. I say little, but we're on page 20, dear God. I left a link in the description for all the cameos from like an hour ago. Hey, remember that? If you care about that, go check it out. Also, thank you to $15 a month patron Nathaniel Gladstolavoy. I didn't forget. I don't think I've been more invested in a movie's marketing and the entire release of it before this. Scratch that, Cars 2. But you get the idea. I have been with this movie and just infatuated by how mesmerizingly terrible every aspect from the day it was announced till the day I subjected myself to seeing it in theaters. It is one of the most brain-fucky experiences I have ever had watching a movie. I gotta say, I just don't think I'll ever have an experience like this again. I don't know, maybe I can rest easy knowing that this is just about as animated movie a movie can get. Like, you take the bad aspects of, like, literally every film I've reviewed up to this point, smush them together, and you got one Rihanna is Smurfette. I mean, we've had a trilogy of Smurf cinematic universes, and just as any good trilogy, there's a beginning, a middle, and an end. Is this the end for Smurfs on the big screen? I don't know, who the fuck cares? But all I can say is that from the bottom of my heart, this truly is, from everything I've seen, the saddest movie ever made.
Sow a seed in the ground and let it know it's something special. Let it bloom, let its flowers ever bloom. Many friends gather as emotions grow, and great power starts to flow. You have not lost a thing, whatever may come. The light of hope is always shining there in your heart. You've not lost a thing, whatever you do. Just know that your tomorrow will be waiting for you.
Hey, so like, you guys want to know what the original outro to this video was gonna be?
This outro went horribly wrong. Now it's thunderstorming. James, come on, boy. Come on, help me. Is this better or worse content? I don't really know. Oh crap, where'd the Smurf thing go? Oh god, this is just awful. Is that it? No? Oh god damn it, I needed that. Is that it? Found it! Come on. Come on, no. I got it. Go back. Let's just sit here like a little family and just wait out this storm, buddy. I thought it was gonna be a nice little thing, and oh god, it's coming through the top. Oh god. With my last breath, I curse Rihanna. Dear Lord. By the way, I'm watching.